Alrighty guys, let's get back to it, shall we? As always, right, we're reasonably well equipped, though I would like a bit more handgun ammo there. Yeah, I'm happy to see that a couple of you have been enjoying the gameplay so far. I'm very grateful for that, thank you. Probably won't need to pick up that, we'll leave it in reserve, there's more ammo nearby. So, we'll do that. So we have 2 more death masks to pick up, which should take us to the point when we can leave the mansion for the first time. That was on me. I was way too feisty there. Way too feisty. Right. Yep. Looking good. We're gonna get rid of this guy here before he makes life difficult for us. Can't believe that stun gun battery got wasted. And now, let's read one of the best things in game. But not before. Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong button. Yep, that's the map button. Inventory screen. We change weapons. Right. Keeper's Diary. This thing is legendary. Played poker with Scott and Elias from security and Steve from research. Steve was the big winner. But I think he was cheating. Scumbag. May 9th, 1998. May 10th, 1998. One of the higher-ups assigned me to take care of the new creature. It looks like a skinned gorilla. Feeding instructions were to give it live animals. When I threw in a pig, the creature seemed to play with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before it actually started eating. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 a.m. Scott woke up, scared the shit out of me, too. He was wearing a protective suit. He handed me another one and told me to put it on. Said there'd been an accident in the basement lab. I just knew something like this would happen. Those bastards in research never sleep, even on holiday. May 12th. I've been wearing this damn spacesuit since yesterday. My skin's getting grimy and feels itchy all over. The goddamn dogs have been looking at me funny, so I decided not to feed them today. Screw 'em. That's not nice. You don't treat puppies like that. May 13th, 1998. Went to the infirmary because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on it and told me I didn't need to wear the suit anymore. All I want to do is sleep. May 14th. Another big blister on my foot this morning. Oh, found another big blister on my foot this morning. Ended up dragging my foot all the way to the dog's pen. They were quiet all day, which is weird. Then I realised some of them had escaped. Maybe this is their way of getting back at me for not feeding them the last 3 days. If anybody finds out, I'll have my head handed to me. May 16th. Rumours going around that a researcher tried to escape the estate last night was shot. Or who tried to escape the estate last night was shot. My entire body feels hot and itchy, and I'm sweating all the time now. I scratched the swelling on my arm and a piece of rotten flesh just dropped off. What the hell's happening to me? Nothing pleasant. May 19th. 1998. Fever gone but itchy. Today hungry and eat doggy food. May 21. Itchy Scott came ugly face so killed him. Tasty. 4. Itchy. Tasty. Oof, that's disturbing. Okay. Okie doodle. Let's, I would go down to the kitchen, but I don't think it's worth it for one self-defense dagger. Let me get my bearings. Right. Next of all, we need to go and help Richard. So, the best way to go is... Yep. Probably this way. I don't know if there are many Crimson Heads left, but... That's the helmet key, I think. Yep. So we don't go that way. That was very atmospheric. The candle flickering there looks fantastic. Yep. One moment. Just need to pause and cough. Apologies. My cough is completely gone at this point. Then again, I've been saying that for days. It's just a case of dealing with the remnants of it. Oop. Is that not the last time we use it? Well, we need it unlocking anyway. Oh yeah. There's one more place in which we put it to use. Which I believe, if we loop back this way. Yep. The reason I'm being so laid back in using those shotgun shells right there is because soon we'll have a better shotgun and I won't be using this one anymore. So they'll quite literally, bear with me, I won't just waste it for the sake of wasting it though. I want all my poor self-defense items. I was hoping to decap him there. And I believe the last door to unlock is through here. Unless it's a different one. Ah, it's helmet key. Right. I'm trying to think where that last door is. Because I want to try and get these keys out of my inventory. I know where the last sword key room is. It's the kitchen area downstairs. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll refill the kerosene. I think it's going to be our last refill, mind you. Oh. Wesker left us some things. Hold on. I didn't pay attention to that. Oh no, it's not Wesker in this playthrough, it's Barry. Let's give it a read. I left you some bullets in the room to the right. Feel free to use them if you manage to get yourself in trouble. Barry. Right. Speaking of which, there's something else we need to pick up before we start messing around with death masks. Okay. Right. No more kerosene left there. Put the incendiary shells away, because they'll be good later on. Put that away. I have no intention of using it, but I try not to use F-aids in the old school Resident Evil games because they can affect your ranking. Not that I'm playing this through for ranking. This isn't original Resident Evil 2, but no doorknob. No. There's no reason to go back through there yet. Does Barry fix that doorknob if you're on Jill's side of the game? I know Wesker does. That plate right there, or wooden mount, is for a map. We won't do that yet. Though we'll be coming in and out of here a bit. So we'll get rid of this dude. Ouch. That was on me. Okay. We can get another one of the death masks in here. I've never been very good with this puzzle. There's something in this depression, but the gate is in the way and you can't reach it. I know that's a giant hint, but still. Right. Then you want to push the axe wielder, right? Right, okay. It's gonna take a minute, but we'll get it. That was quicker than I remember. Hey. Woe to those who disturb my sleep. Woe to those indeed. A mysterious box. Let's open it up, shall we? Death mask. Death mask without eyes, nose or mouth. Which means that we have one more thing to do here. We will... Hold on. Yeah, in order to progress things now, we're going to need to do a certain thing. That still has further uses? Oh. I can't think of where else the armor key is used. Do you know what I'll do before we go through there? I'll clear that zombie in the main hall. And I'll finish using the sword key. Because that will get it out of the inventory and free up another slot. And then everything will be unlocked. So... we'll need that for later on. That emblem sat there on the fireplace. Okay. Progress, progress, progress. I totally forgot. You know, I think that's the first time in the entirety. There's no further use for the key. Discard, yes. I think that is the first time in the entirety of playing Resident Evil Remake yep, that finishes with the keys that I have actually been chowed down upon or bitten by a crawler. Right. First part of the sheet music. We're going to have to heal Jill as well. Keep that handy. Okay. We essentially took out the... Sometimes there's a mini event where one of the zombies from the other room there, leading into the plants area, can wander through and get through the doorway and go into the main hall. But I think we decapped that one, so he can't come through now. Next on the agenda is to help Richard.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Richard's legendary. He was almost like a comic relief actor in... Right. Serum first. Yeah. In the original game, he was almost... well, a source of amusement for his absolutely terrible, terrible voice acting, even to the standards of the 1990s. There are monsters, terrible demons. It was really quite something. But now, he's actually pretty cool. That, and if you play the original Umbrella Chronicles, he gets a prologue chapter with Rebecca that details how he gets into the Spencer Mansion. Which is actually quite cool. Because it gives a side character a bit of neat additional story. Right. So I believe the only place left with kerosene is we'll get the serum first. Yep, looking good. Right. One moment. As usual, sorry about that. Okay. Where was I a second ago before I moved away for a moment to cough? Don't remember. Yeah, we'll get the serum first. There we go. That's the point I was trying to make, and then we will essentially go and get the other piece of the sheet music. That's important. We need to do that. I mean, I would go and pick up the grenade launcher now, but we're on a timer. I don't know if Richard can actually die if you take too long getting the serum, because I've never done it before. Like, I've always managed to get it done just in time.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
Jill, here's my radio. Take it. I'm... Does it ever not hurt?
Right, we'll grab one of these bad boys for a bit of additional healing. And yeah, sheet music. Wow. That guy tanked some serious damage. And he's still not down? Dear Lord. Fine. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. Not this again. I didn't move fast enough. He had invulnerabilities. He had invulnerability frames while he was getting up. Do you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I'm... Right. They have Sorry. They have invulnerability frames while they're getting up. Well, isn't that fun, ladies and gentlemen? You know, I have a feeling that I am probably going to name this part of the playthrough something comical on account of that death right there. Right. We'll quickly run back through here again. What we'll do, because, oh, my intention there with that zombie, when he was knocked down, was to go behind him and then take a shot while he was getting back up to make sure he stayed down. But then, because he had invulnerability frames while getting back up again, I missed him, and then because I obviously had to turn around because I'm playing on tank controls, not the default controls, it was a struggle to move fast enough. So then he just grabbed me from behind and chomped down. Right. Going to need that stun gun battery. Well, essentially it just ended up being a replacement stun gun battery, but I digress. Do you know what we're going to do this time around? To avoid any additional chaos, we're going to... We're gonna have to clear this guy out. Wow, he's tanking hard. Well, there goes my stun gun batteries. Yeah. Like I... 1 minute. we're going to go through here, pick up the sheet music, finish unlocking doors and get rid of the sword key. The first thing I'm going to do in this run, or this part at least, is get everything together so that we don't have to mess around when it comes to Richard. And then I'm going to make, well, this part is essentially just going to be, now after dying earlier, you know. Do you know what's funny? When I'm playing by myself, you know, obviously not for anybody else's entertainment, if you want to call this abysmal run of Resident Evil entertainment, I never usually die because I'm overly cautious. I save every 3.5 seconds and I do my best not to take any risks whatsoever. And you know, I got so distracted talking there that I forgot to go back and unlock that kitchen door with the sword key. Yep, get rid of that. Cool, we have inventory slots. Yeah, I can't believe what I've learned in all the countless times I've played this game. I have learned 2 things in a single playthrough. 1, zombies have invulnerability frames when they first start rising off. Rising from the ground, essentially. And 2, zombies can grab your feet in this game, which has never happened to me before. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called a learning curve. Right. I think we still have inventory space, yeah. Going to try and save. Now, because Barry helped us earlier, he isn't out on the balcony here. Yeah, it's Forest. Grab that. What's it loaded with? Probably regular grenades. Only problem is, we've well, now used all of our defensive items. So if anything gets near us, we are probably in trouble. I do find it interesting how they retuned the difficulty settings somewhat. And by that I mean the difficulty setting we chose, climbing a mountain, is essentially just this, like I said at the very beginning of this run, the standard. I'm going to let him come into sight. Give him a moment. He'll round that corner in just a second. Yeah, he's not down yet. Not making the same mistake twice. Yep. Unlock that. Right. That means everything's just about in order. Right. We'll swing back around this way. Put away the kerosene. Well, no. Put away the kerosene. We'll refill the canteen with kerosene. Because there are zombies that I want to make sure aren't getting in our way later on. So Barry's left us that stuff, which is good. What we're actually going to do here is, one, we're going to... That will be gone in a second, so that's alright. We're going to put the shotgun away. At least for now. Then we're going to... combine the grenade launcher with incendiary rounds. Put the regular old grenade shells away. One moment. Right. Okay. Yep, that's looking good. Because then we can go into that other room. Pick up that F-aid spray as well. What I want to do is have healing items down here, and then have weapon related stuff up there. So that's good. Right. Grenade launcher, handgun, refill the kerosene. That's why in some ways Chris, I believe, gets it a little bit easier. Starting with the lighter by default means that he can quite easily get rid of zombies with it only taking up one inventory slot to do so. Right. Let's allow him to wander into view. This thing is highly effective because not only does it... Yep, no further use, discard. Yep. 3 inventory slots available. Right. We'll do Richard's stuff first. Oh, along with the death mask, of course. Yeah, that grenade launcher is highly effective because it essentially allows you to one-shot zombies and stop them from coming back as Crimson Heads all in one go. Give me a moment. We're not stood close enough. Good, now he won't come back. Quickly grab the death mask from here. Right. So shield guy first. And done. Yep. Press it. I should have just stopped using the handgun as freely as I did when we were trying to do this earlier. It wouldn't have led to the catastrophe of screw-ups we had there. Yep. Well, it is the back switch you need to press. Nothing's happening. Oh wait, no, there's the back switch. Or it's the front one. Yep. Okay, looking good. So there's most of our zombie-related threats dealt with.
Richard!
Yep. We'll go help Richard. Quickly now, quickly now. Right. Yeah, I'm still kind of in disbelief, taken aback slightly, by the fact that zombies have invulnerability frames when they get up. That's... It proves that no matter how many times I've finished this game, you know, you don't encounter everything in every single run. And sometimes you just have situations where things just don't happen. Like, I was never in a situation in the past where I had a zombie getting up like that, and then I tried to shoot at it, and obviously it didn't work because invulnerability frames. That's today's lesson in Resident Evil, folks. Invulnerability frames. It is a fine lesson indeed. Have we got 2 inventory slots? Have to check and see. Give Richard the shot. Now I can go back through here and we can try again. I do love how this grenade launcher does double duty. It's so good. It is just so good. Need that. An unlit candlestick. We'll lure him round this way. Come on, dude, don't get stuck on the bookshelf. Oh, bookshelf cabinet. Come on, guy. Now I'm getting stuck on things. Over this way, fella, come on. Right you are. That's it, you got it. Stop getting stuck on the cabinet. Oh my goodness. Dude's just like, no, I like this cabinet. And I'm like, no, you don't like the cabinet. And he's like, yes, I do. I love this cabinet. I'm going to just shamble against it with great vigor. Zombies. Right. Combine both parts of the sheet music. Grab a green herb for assurance purposes. Pray to the almighty RNG gods that the zombie I took out in the hallway earlier hasn't morphed into a crimson head yet, because that is literally why I'm still carrying the kerosene. Yeah, I should have just picked up the grenade launcher earlier in our previous attempt a little while ago, or in this part, should I say, because then if I had have picked up the grenade launcher, I'd have just been able to load it with the incendiary grounds and deals with zombies that way, as opposed to loading them with handgun ammo. Good, he's not turned yet, but obviously you're not going to get the luxury of time. Sorry, wrong thing. Dealt with. See, if you think about it, Jill might have the disadvantage of needing to use 2 inventory slots for the lighter and kerosene to burn zombies. But she gets a grenade launcher with 3 different types of ammunition that, right, we can't get that yet. So she can essentially burn them with the lighter and the kerosene, and then she gets the incendiary shells to burn them normally. Why did I just loop around the table? I don't know. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah, I must admit, this part has become quite the adventure, hasn't it? Quite the adventure indeed. I'm going to be blasphemous here and use a healing item without cause to free up the inventory slot. I hate doing that, but there is no way I'm going to backtrack to a save room to put away one herb in order to pick up an emblem. Trevor's diary. November 24th, 1967. 11 days have passed since arriving at this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat brought me a meager plate of food and said, "Sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons." That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only two people that know the secret of the mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer would be the only person who knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous. My family. I hope they're all right. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you are safe. November 26th, 1967. How could I be so careless? I lost my favourite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. How's it going to... No, sorry. Now it's going to be that much harder to escape this dark place. Yeah, for some reason, my eyes misread the N as a H. Don't ask me why. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalized just 3 days before that. Jessica and Lisa said they were going to visit her. I wish I could be there with them. But wait, even as I'm writing, my memory is just coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in lab coats said something like, "Most likely your family is already." I pray for their safety. November 27th, 1967. Somehow I managed to get out of that room, but getting out of this mansion won't be easy. I have to get past all the booby traps, tiger eyes, gold emblem. I have to try and remember for my own sake. Right. Now then. Put the emblem in here. Picture of two knights striking each other. The short sword has been thrust into the breast of one knight, while the long sword has pierced the head of the other. Yep. This might take me a couple of minutes. It's been a while since I've done this puzzle. I always seem to forget it as well. Right, the short sword has been thrust into the breast of one knight, while the long sword has pierced the head of the other. Right, so the small gear moves that. Right. Move the large gear. Move that one, right? Yeah. No. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So we move that, right? There we go. So it essentially makes 6 PM. Lovely. That's the shield key for the base or the attic room upstairs. And yeah. Going to quickly go to a save room so that I can adjust my inventory somewhat and drop a save. Because who knows what wonderful magic is going to unfold before us as we go into the attic with that shield key. Well, I do know what magic is going to unfold. It's going to be giant in size and somewhat serpentine. So I want to be prepared before I do that. So, we'll put the handgun ammo away in a separate stack. We'll put the fuel canteen and the lighter away as well. We'll grab the acid shells